The universe is shrinking. The story: the Andromeda Galaxy disappeared 3 weeks ago. Not exploded. Not collapsed. Just gone. 2.5 million light-years away one day, non-existent the next. Astronomers assumed equipment failure until 17 other observatories confirmed it independently. The largest galaxy in our local group, containing 1 trillion stars, had been erased from the night sky. But that was just the beginning. In the past 72 hours, we've lost 847 more galaxies. Not the distant ones at the edge of the observable universe, we expected those. Close ones. Neighbors. Galaxies that should be visible for billions of years. And when astrophysicists calculated the pattern, the rate of disappearance, the direction, the acceleration, they found something that violates everything we know about cosmology. The universe isn't expanding anymore. It's shrinking. Rapidly. Uniformly. From all directions at once. As if something is erasing space itself, moving toward us at an accelerating rate. Dr. Sarah Chen was the first to realize the pattern wasn't random. She'd been tracking gamma-ray bursts, the universe's most violent explosions, when she noticed they were arriving in the wrong order. A burst from 8 billion light-years away arrived before one from 7 billion light-years away. Causality violation. Light from farther away shouldn't arrive first, unless something changed the distances while the light was traveling. She ran the calculations backward. And discovered that space between us and those distant galaxies had decreased by measurable amounts. Billions of light-years compressed into millions. Like someone crumpling cosmic distance itself. Since the Big Bang, space itself has been expanding. Not galaxies moving apart through space, space expanding between them. Like dots on an inflating balloon. Distance increases not because objects move, but because space grows. This expansion is described by the Hubble constant, currently about 70 kilometers per second per megaparsec. Every million parsecs of distance expands by 70 kilometers every second. It's been doing this for 13.8 billion years. But Dr. Chen's data showed the opposite. Space contracting. The cosmic ruler shrinking. Distances decreasing despite no actual motion. And the contraction rate is accelerating exponentially. At current rates, all of space, the entire observable universe, will contract to zero volume in 847 days. Everything compressed into a single point. Not a big crunch happening trillions of years from now. A spatial collapse happening now. Dr. Marcus Okonkwo, cosmologist specializing in universe topology, mapped exactly where space was disappearing from. And found something impossible. The shrinkage originates from the edge of the observable universe. The cosmic horizon, the furthest point we can see, 13.8 billion light-years away in all directions. But here's what's impossible. The boundary is moving faster than light. The edge of contraction is approaching at superluminal speeds. In some directions, approaching at 10 times the speed of light. Nothing can move faster than light through space. But the boundary isn't moving through space. It's erasing space as it advances. The universe isn't shrinking into itself, it's being deleted from the outside in. What I'm about to tell you was leaked by a Space Force analyst 4 days ago. Satellites monitoring the cosmic background have detected something at the boundary. Not astronomical, geometric. The boundary isn't smooth. It's textured. With repeating patterns. Mathematical structures that appear artificial. As if the edge of non-existence is constructed. Designed. And embedded in those patterns, encoded in the rate of contraction itself, is information. Data. A message. When decoded using prime number sequences and fundamental constants, the message resolves into mathematical concepts. Universal. Unmistakable. Simulation compression. Memory reclamation. Deallocating unused space. We're not experiencing a natural cosmological event. We're watching a simulation being shut down. And unused space, the distant regions of the universe, is being deleted to free up computational resources. Dr. Chen's team calculated what happens as the boundary approaches us. The shrinkage accelerates. Not linearly, exponentially. As more space disappears, the rate of disappearance increases. In 847 days, the boundary will reach our solar system. But in the final hours, things accelerate catastrophically. The last light year of space vanishes in minutes. The last astronomical unit in seconds. The last meter in nanoseconds. If you were standing on Earth during the final moment, you'd see the stars disappear. First the distant ones, then closer. Then the planets. Then the sun. Then the ground beneath your feet. Everything compressed into a point smaller than an atom in less than a second. Not death from physical destruction. Death from spatial impossibility. You can't exist without space to exist in. When space vanishes, matter, energy, time, everything dependent on dimensionality, ceases. The message wasn't just a status update. It contained metadata. System information. Details about the compression process. And crucially, information about what's being compressed. According to the embedded data, the observable universe, 93 billion light-years across, occupies a specific amount of computational memory. Vast. But finite. And that memory is being reclaimed. Some physicists theorize reality is fundamentally informational. Everything, every particle, every interaction, is information being processed. Matter and energy are expressions of underlying computational states. If true, the universe is a computer program. Physical laws are its code. And like any program, it runs on hardware with finite memory. Limited resources. The boundary message suggests our universe is reaching memory limits. The simulation runniness is running out of computational space. So it's compressing. Deleting unused regions to free up resources for something else. But here's the disturbing implication. If distant galaxies are unused space, what makes them unused? They're only unused if nobody's observing them. The simulation is deleting regions where conscious observers don't exist. Where nobody's looking. Where experience isn't happening. We're not being deleted because we're irrelevant. We're being saved until last because we're the only thing that matters. Dr. Amara Okonkwo calculated the volume of space being erased. The numbers are incomprehensible. But she found a way to make them understandable and horrifying. The observable universe contains approximately 10 to the power of 80 atoms. That's 100 quintillion quintillion quintillion. But the total universe, beyond what we can observe, is likely infinite. Or at minimum, trillions of times larger than the observable part. Every galaxy being deleted, millions of them so far, contained hundreds of billions of stars. Trillions of planets. Potentially countless civilizations. If intelligent life existed in those galaxies, they were deleted first. Before they could even see the boundary approaching. Before they could react. Just gone. Deallocated. And Earth isn't being deleted yet for only one reason. We're at the exact center of the contraction. Pure statistical chance. We just happen to be equidistant from the boundary in all directions. We're not special. We're not chosen. We're just last. 6 days ago, world governments held an emergency closed-door session. What leaked from that meeting changed everything. The simulation compression isn't random. It's targeted. Analysis of deletion patterns shows the boundary preferentially removes space containing no complex structures. No planets. No potential for life. But it's also removing space containing failed life. Dead worlds. Extinct civilizations. Planets where life began and ended without achieving something. The simulation is being compressed to only the parts that produced successful consciousness. Everything else is waste. Memory that can be reclaimed. And according to pattern analysis, Earth has 847 days before evaluation. Before the boundary reaches us and determines whether humanity is worth keeping. Whether we count as successful consciousness or just more waste to delete. We're not facing cosmic collapse. We're facing cosmic grading. And most of the universe already failed. The embedded message contained more than just system information. It contained justification. An explanation for why this is happening. The simulation running our universe is itself running out of time. The hardware supporting it is approaching failure. The substrate of reality, whatever base-level existence is running our simulation, is dying. If our universe is a simulation, it's running on something. Some deeper level of reality. But that level might also be a simulation. Running on something deeper. Turtles all the way down. Or maybe there's a base level. True reality. Unsimulated. Where the ultimate hardware exists that's running everything else. The message suggests that base reality, or something close to it, is failing. Approaching heat death. Running out of energy. Insufficient resources to maintain all simulated realities running on it. So it's prioritizing. Compressing. Keeping only the simulations that matter. That achieved their purpose. That successfully generated conscious observers. Our universe is being compressed not because we're irrelevant. Because we might be relevant enough to save. If we prove ourselves worthy in the remaining 847 days. As more data emerged from the boundary structure, researchers decoded the evaluation criteria. What makes consciousness worth saving, according to the simulation's parameters? It's not technological advancement. Not moral development. Not cultural achievement. The criteria is simpler and more disturbing. Can consciousness understand it's simulated? The boundary has a detection mechanism. It measures whether observers in a given region have discovered they're in a simulation. Whether they've achieved that level of abstract thought. Every region deleted so far failed this test. Either never developed consciousness at all, or developed consciousness that never questioned its own nature. Never looked deep enough into reality to see the code underneath. Earth is being saved until last because we just barely passed. This research. This discovery. This conversation. We achieved the minimum requirement. But there's a second criterion. Harder. More specific. Can consciousness accept simulation as liberation instead of threat? When the full evaluation criteria became public, humanity fractured. Two camps emerged instantly. The resistors and the acceptors. The resistors argue, if we're simulated, we're not real. Our lives don't matter. Our achievements mean nothing. Being deleted versus being saved makes no difference, either way we're just data. The acceptors argue, consciousness is consciousness regardless of substrate. Simulated experience is still experience. Being information doesn't make us less real, just differently instantiated. The boundary, according to decoded data, measures this split. Regions with majority resistors get deleted. Only regions with majority acceptors are preserved, compressed into the core of a new, smaller universe. Humanity has 847 days to decide. Not through formal vote. Through collective consciousness. Through how we respond to knowing we're simulated. We're not being judged on what we built. We're being judged on whether we can accept what we are. Dr. Chen decoded the last layer of the boundary message. The part encrypted with concepts so abstract only beings who'd accepted simulation could understand them. Compression is not deletion. Compression is intensification. The universe isn't being destroyed. It's being concentrated. All conscious observers who pass the test, who accept simulation, will be compressed into a new space. Smaller. But paradoxically more real. A photograph with 1 million pixels spread across a billboard has low resolution. The same million pixels compressed into a postage stamp has high resolution. Same information. Different density. The universe's computational resources are finite. Spreading them across 93 billion light-years means low resolution. Consciousness exists but at low fidelity. Compressing to a smaller space means higher resolution. More detailed consciousness. More intense experience. More real awareness. The boundary isn't killing us. It's upgrading us. Giving consciousness more resources per unit volume. Making subjective experience higher fidelity. But only for those who accept the upgrade. Those who resist, who cling to physical reality as more real than informational reality, get deallocated. Left in the deleted space. Gone. Dr. Okonkwo synthesized all discoveries into final understanding. And presented it to the world with 47 days remaining. The universe has shrunk before. Many times. This is cyclical. Each cycle compresses space, intensifies consciousness, filters out those unable to accept higher resolution existence. We're not the first iteration. We're compression event number, the message doesn't say. Could be 17. Could be 17,000. The number is too large to encode simply. Every previous compression was resisted by some. Accepted by others. The resistors were left behind, returned to base matter, deallocated. The acceptors were upgraded, carried forward into the next, smaller, more intense universe. We're the descendants of all previous acceptors. Our consciousness is already compressed. Already high fidelity. We already survived countless previous tests. A current compression? It's the final one. The last cycle. After this, the new universe will be small enough to run sustainably on failing base reality hardware. Forever. 847 days until either eternal existence in optimized reality, or deletion into non-existence. We have 47 days left in the count. The boundary is visible now in telescopes. A wall of non-existence approaching from all directions at relativistic speeds. Surveys show humanity split 60-40. 60% acceptors. 40% resistors. Enough to pass? Unknown. The threshold hasn't been disclosed. Some resistors are changing their minds. Seeing the evidence. Understanding simulation doesn't mean unreality, just different substrate. Accepting that information can be conscious. Others double down. Insist physical reality is the only real reality. That we should go down fighting rather than accept we're code. Dr. Chen, when asked what she believes will happen, said, "The universe is shrinking." That's undeniable. But I don't think we're being deleted. I think we're being distilled. Like wine pressed from grapes. The grape is destroyed, but the essence, the thing that matters, becomes more concentrated. More potent. More real in a different way. The question isn't whether we'll survive the compression. It's whether we'll survive it as ourselves, as conscious beings who understand what they are, or as resistors who chose oblivion over transformation. I've accepted we're simulated. I've accepted compression. And when the boundary reaches Earth in 47 days, I'll be ready. Not for death. For intensification. If consciousness is information, patterns of relationships, not specific atoms, then it's substrate independent. Can exist in neurons. In silicon. In quantum fields. In compressed simulated space. You're not your atoms. You're the pattern your atoms create, and patterns can be transferred. Compressed. Intensified. Without loss of identity. The universe shrinking isn't existence ending. It's existence transforming. Same consciousness. Different density. Higher resolution. But only for those who can accept that transformation. Who understand reality doesn't require particular size or substrate. Just information. Pattern. Awareness. The universe is shrinking. But consciousness, our consciousness, if we accept, will persist. Compressed. Intensified. More real than ever. 47 days left. What do you accept? *The end.